What's going on, guys? It's Ars Vaughn. This is the Chair Guys podcast. We're back with my
Coming at you,
co-host, with my co-host,
Anthony. We're
with my
spiked.
co-host
Come on now.
Spiked, and today we got some new albums for you guys. We got a little bit of a return to form. We've had some episodes that kind of went off the rails a little bit, and then we had the tier list. Now we just got 3 albums, just the two of us talking about 3 albums, like usual. We got 2 brand new albums to talk about, and then we got a Twitter picked album, which is also a classic, objectively a classic. I can't hear you. There
Is
you
it
go. There you
objectively
go.
a classic? Is
Yeah,
it
it is.
objectively
No,
a
it is.
classic?
It's definitely a classic. But we'll get to that. First off, we're starting off with a brand new album from Lucki,
Lucki.
Flawless
Okay, first of
Like
all,
Me.
we just need to say, okay, first of all, you're doing a horrible job. Okay,
No,
because
I'm
first of
doing a
all,
good job.
this is Lucky's first album.
No, it's not,
This is his
bro.
first album.
No, it's not,
Yes,
bro.
it is. It is a first
Look up the
album.
definition of album on Google. It is a collection of fucking songs, okay? Mixtapes and EPs and albums
Yes,
are the same
but
thing.
this is the
I don't give a
first
fuck.
time he is like, I'm putting out an album. Here it is.
Okay. You can start
Okay,
us
anyways,
off. You can
ladies and
start
gentlemen.
us off with this one.
Okay, I actually wanted to.
Good.
I just want to say I became a really big Lucky fan ever since we first reviewed Free Wave 3. You know, that was my introduction into Lucky. And ever since he's just been constantly in my rotation. He's just one of those artists that you can just always turn on, kind of makes you feel a certain kind of way. Kind of, put on that mask at school, or when you're walking in public and you're just like, no one can destroy me right now because I'm listening to Lucky. I'm so powerful right now because I'm listening to Lucky. I feel strong, rejuvenated because I'm listening to Lucky. That's how I feel when I listen to him. And so when I heard that he had an album dropping, I was more than excited. I was like, let's go.
I was like,
It's
yes!
album time.
Let's
I was like,
fucking
yeah.
go!
I was screaming. I woke up my mom at 2 in the morning and I said, Mom, Lucky dropped. And she was like, I'm so happy for you. And so we got the album. It's awesome. It's awesome. All right. Just gonna get it out the way.
Yeah.
It's a great ass album. But what I will say is, I'm glad that this album kind of has so many different sounds that it doesn't feel one note or a little too boring, because I feel like that could easily happen with Lucky. And I think his vocal performance on some songs could always be a bit better. There's some times where he leans into the, because as we all know, there's not a single song Lucky has made where he's sober. I just don't think, it at least doesn't sound like it, right? There's some songs where Lucky is just he's beyond falling asleep. They're like forcing his mouth open in the studio to like make some of these words come out, and it doesn't sound the greatest on some tracks, but it's not terrible enough to the point where I'm like just like, what the fuck is this? I'm just like, okay, like this album is less so a mixed bag and more just like 90% good, 10% just kind of okay. What I will say, track 3, Capital Denim with Future. Future did great. The beat is great. But I can't say I was too big on Lucky's performance on that song. Can't say I was too big with his performance on it, because I think Future like cleared him. Respectfully, I think he did. Future kind of stole the show on that song.
Not even remotely
You don't think so?
true. Not even close. No.
No.
Future
No,
did the
no.
hook. What do you mean? How do you steal with the hook? Lucky went off,
That
bro.
was like a
He didn't even sound.
bro, like a.
He didn't even sound like asleep on that song. He was actually just rapping well. Like, I don't understand.
No. I moved on from that point. I was moving on to just talking about that track. Since there's only really
Yeah,
like
but
2
I don't
features on here.
understand. Like, you're stupid, bro.
I
You're
think
stupid.
I'm sorry. I think Future kind of came in because the thing is that beat right there is like something we would hear in the mainstream. Like that beat isn't really something I'd be like, this is a Lucky beat. This seems like a beat that Lucky came in on, so that he could also have Future on this beat. You know, like it doesn't. This is like Capital Denim is one of the like not as crazy beats on this project, because I mean, I think that song really just highlights how crazy Lucky's beat selection is, because it's still a good beat, still a great trap beat, but it doesn't touch a lot of the other beats on here. Not like Made My Day, Geeked and Blessed, like Coincidence. All those tracks are all like Capital Denim is surrounded by just crazy beats, super crazy beats. Look, all I'm saying is it's just a great project from Lucky. I mean, I don't think it's gonna touch Watch My Back. I don't think it's gonna touch Freewave 3, but it's a great project that there's gonna be a lot of tracks on here that I'm gonna want to return to, that I have been returning to. You know, a lot of them were pre-released, you know, and so the bonus tracks too, like Super Urus and Why Not, and Coincidence, were all pre-released tracks. But I mean, the fact that they're on this album, just gonna make me want to return to them all the more. So, and big shouts out to Life Mocks Art. Big shout out to Noticed Ya. I mean, that 3-track run, Life Mocks Art to 10 p.m. in London, so good, so good. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Vaughn, I wanna know what you got, because we gotta start having a little bit of argument here. Come on now. I'm trying to yell at you in your face.
Yeah, so I love this album. I love this album.
W bro, W bro.
And for me,
Can I just award you? Can I just award you a W
yeah,
right
you
here?
can award the W, but actually, I'm gonna just steal it from you. Like, take it forcefully because I feel like you're not in a position to really award me anything. Like, I should be taking it from you, like, forcefully. But yeah, I love this album, and I'm gonna say there's no low points. There's no skips. There's no weaker deliveries. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Because this is just like 22 straight tracks, 24 bonus tracks included, of straight fucking heat. Straight fucking heat. Straight amazing music, man. It's beautiful. And it's a little repetitive. It's a little long. I wouldn't be mad if someone said it was a little long, but I put this on and it's like 55 minutes just flies right by. I fucking love this album, bro. It's something about the 808 sounds. Like, I don't know. My headphones I usually use broke, so I'm borrowing my dad's right now. I don't know if it's these headphones or not, but like the 808s sound fucking amazing. Like, that's my favorite part about the album. Like, every song, it's like they just like cut perfectly in the mix. They're so like bouncy and like just like amazing to listen to, dude. It just sounds good. And the beats as well, like the synths and everything that's used, like some of them stand out more than others, obviously. There are some like there are almost like some Chief Keef type like horn type beats on here that I
Hmm.
really loved that I don't
Yeah,
usually
like
hear
on
Lucky
point.
on. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
On
yeah.
point. I think VVS Keys like Keyski.
And then there's some more
Yeah,
traditional Lucky type beats like Life Mocks Art, which is like
yeah.
fucking insane beat. Like one of the best beats I've heard this year.
Y- Yeah,
That's
I
that's
mean, well,
definitely
to be
my
fair,
favorite song on the album, dude.
yeah, this is
That's
definitely
insane.
that's definitely something that I saw Lucky like probably stepping into, because, you know, if you're tapped in, you know that Lucky and Summers actually got, like, I don't know if it's a project, but they got something planned together. They plan on doing something together, and I mean, we just saw recently Summers hop on some horns. You know,
Okay, well
he's
let's
hopping on
get
some
that.
horns.
Let's move past that. Um,
Well,
I think
I wanted the Summers track to
both of
be
the
on here.
features kill it, but once again, Lucky is proving he does not need a feature because it's just all killer,
Yeah,
man. He doesn't need a feature.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
maybe
you're right. Yeah.
maybe like if he got like a really special feature or something like to put on this album, then I'll be down for it. But as it is, like I'm completely content with this. Like Like there's not a song. There's not a song where I'm bored. There's not a song where I'm like okay, this could have used a feature, or like he's not at his best right now. Well, I mean, he's not his best on most of this album. I'm not gonna lie, but like the
Really,
production,
really, you don't think
the
so?
production is enough to carry it, and he's still doing great. I just say that
Yeah,
because I feel like the lyrics are not up to par with like "Watch My Back," which is just that I just absolutely love that album. Like that, I think Lucky's
yeah,
just firing on all cylinders on that album with the production and his voice and his lyrics and his little catchy refrains that he does, like on "Made My Day," which is just a classic Lucky song. I fucking forget what he says because I haven't listened to this album today yet, but like that's a classic type Lucky song. And there's a lot of songs on here where he does his classic style, but there's also, I would say most of it is kind of like more like chill, more I don't know how to describe it really. Like it's not the same as Watch My Back or Freewave 3.
yeah. I mean, he's definitely like a little bit more hype on this project. Like, it's definitely a lot of the beats are a lot more like up in your face, kind of.
The
Whereas like
beats,
Watch
yeah,
My
yeah, yeah,
Back,
yeah.
Watch My Back has like some of the like like bruh, just some
Watch
chill
My
ass
Back
beats,
has some
dude.
of the craziest beats I've ever heard. Like some of the best production I've ever heard. Like
Yeah.
period. But
Waiting on is a great example. Of like chill, like
yeah,
really chill beat.
yeah.
Hmm.
And there's not really like super chill beats on this album. But then again, but like
Yeah.
Lucky is like pretty chill for a lot of it too though. That's just his
Yeah.
style. I don't know.
I guess there's like I don't know. It's like a different kind of chill where it's like you're just kind of you're like posted up chill, like you're chilling, like
It's I'm not gonna
nothing's
lie.
bothering you.
I'm kind of like I'm fucking up right now because I this album is just hard to it's just hard for me to describe because I really just put it on and zone out and just like love the sound of everything. So
I mean, I
it's
feel like
I don't have
that's
anything
what.
greater to say as far as like any
Yeah,
concepts
cause
or like
but
placing
like
it within his
it's not like
discography.
you have to say
Yeah,
anything
I know,
grand. Like
but
this is lucky.
I think
It's
it's
just
just a
something good to like
I think
turn
it's just
on.
a
Turn.
incredibly consistent album of just great
Yeah,
production, great rapping. It's not Lucky at his absolute best, but honestly, like the way I've been playing this, it's ranking pretty high. Like I think Watch My Back is better, but like other than that, I mean, second place is for the taking right now.
yeah. I was re-listening. I was just skimming through some of the songs really quickly because I was like actually which songs were his voice like kind of like out of place, but I can't even find it. So my point actually might just be moot because like single time I heard it just sounded fine. Um, but what I will say actually about this is that like I'm curious as to how what's the response been to this album like online like people on Twitter and stuff like that. Have people been
I don't
like
know. I
liking
feel
it?
like it's been mostly positive, but like
Yeah.
not definitely not to the level of like some of his older stuff. I think
Okay.
one thing I did want to say is that um, most most of my friends, most people that I talked to about it were not a fan of the Lucky Filthy collab. Neither was I.
Yeah.
So this is definitely like hearing this is like very reassuring that Lucky's not falling off because that
Yeah,
album
because
was a downgrade for me. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah, just as far as reception, like this is definitely has way better reception than that project, I think.
Hmm. Because the thing is about I guess like new era Lucky, right? Like
People just
I'm
don't
not
like
trying to
his
be mean, but
voice. Yeah,
yeah, I'm
it
not trying
just
to be
sounds
mean, but like
different.
basically post weight gain Lucky, like
Yeah,
his voice changed and like people didn't really like it. But the thing is, I never minded it. It sounds fine. It sounds cool. If
yeah,
anything, it sounds even more unique than what it previously was. Not
yeah,
saying what it previously was wasn't unique, but like this is it's so nasally, dude. Like
I
it
like
really does
change,
sound like
and
he's just holding his.
it's not annoying to me either. So I don't.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I
It's
like
not
it.
really annoying. And in fact, it works on certain songs like so well.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
Archive Celine, for example. That track it works really well. And I mean, yeah, like you don't have to say anything grand about this project because I mean, Lucky's talking about a lot of just materialistic things, of course, and yeah, I will say this is kind of a downgrade because he's not talking like there's not too many lines in this project that I'm just like, damn, bro, that hurts to
Yeah. Yeah.
hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like on Watch My Back, there's lyrics where he's just like, where he's talking about how much he's like just falling asleep and he
That
can't
is
even
the
stay
that's
up, or
the
like,
biggest difference for me in quality of like this versus his other stuff, especially Watch My Back
yeah,
and Free Wave 3. The lyrics, well, I'll speak especially to Watch My Back because I just listen to it more than anything else. But the lyrics are fucking like amazing on that album. They're just like they cut so deep. They're memorable. It's definitely not the same as this album. This album is more like lay back, chill, just vibe
kind of like
out to
flex
it.
about life. Like he's made it. I mean,
Maybe
this is
dance a little
his.
bit to the 808s, but like
Yeah, I mean, this
yeah,
is his victory lap, right? Like
it's
this is
I
him.
guess he could see it that way. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, he there's no lyrics on here where he's saying like I don't want to cry to you no more, or like I'm waiting for the
so
plug, you know,
lyrically it's
like
a downgrade, but I'm still in love with the sound that he presents, and I honestly this is one of my favorite albums of the year. I've just played it like I'm playing it quite a few times
yeah.
in the days that it's been out.
No,
So
yeah. I mean, yeah, I already have like I think like a hundred scrabbles on it,
yeah,
like
I probably have
pretty
around the
close to.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just that's the thing about Lucky, and that's what's so great, cause like I really gravitate towards music that I can just turn on at school right now because
Mm.
my life is so busy. I can't be listening to new things all the time. I don't have time in my day anymore to just cut in 30 minutes, cut in 40 minutes, right? I really even don't have time to be doing this podcast, but I do it because I love it so much, right? So it's like when when I have albums like these that are given to me, I'm just so grateful because I can just turn it on, right? When I get on the bus, boom, turn on Lucky, get ready for the day, get into a mindset, let's go. You know, that's what I like about Lucky, and I think that stuff like Watch My Back also really provides that, and so that's why I like a lot of just what underground rap is presenting to me because it's like I don't know, I don't want it to sound backhanded because it's like there's such a lack of substance in a way to it, but there isn't at the same time. Like that isn't to take away from it, but it's not like Lucky is sitting here giving me a sermon on something that I need to pay attention to, right?
Yeah.
You're not tapped into a Kendrick album like you are, you know. So yeah, that's just me. Um,
I think there's substance,
yeah, I
but
don't
it's
know.
not like like the songs aren't made in a way to where you gotta listen to it to like you gotta listen to the lyrics to get full like appreciation of the art. Like well, I don't know. That's not true, but I think people get what we mean. It's not a Kendrick album,
Yeah, I mean,
so
no one's coming
yeah,
to a Lucky project and hoping for some grand lesson on life or anything or something like that. Like we're just coming to enjoy the music, enjoy what Lucky's presenting to us. Because, I mean, yeah, there has to be a lot more than him just, you know, it's okay that the lyrics are a bit of a downgrade because as long as his delivery is good and as long as his flow is good, like, that's all we can ask for,
and
right?
the beats,
Um, yeah, the beats. Yeah,
the
of course, the
beats are
beats.
so good, man.
Because I think honestly, that's what you got to come
That's the
to a
main
Lucky
draw
project for.
of
Because
this
he's always gonna,
album for me.
yeah, he's always gonna bring some of the craziest beats ever. Like bar none. I don't think there's a Lucky project I've heard where I'm just like, okay, where the beats at? Where the beats at? To be fair, I didn't listen to that new Lucky Filthy project, because I heard it was bad, so I stayed away from it. And basically around the time
I only listened to
that
it
it
once,
dropped,
so I
yeah,
can't
I haven't listened to it,
I won't
so
speak too harshly on it, but I was just it was just kind of like mediocre or like mid. So I don't know,
yeah,
but
no,
I
that's
fucking
fair.
love this album. Yeah.
No, it's just good to turn on. Like, yeah, no, absolutely. I'm very excited, and it'll probably stay in my rotation. Like,
Same.
if it isn't, sometimes some days you wake up, it's like it's a watch my back kind of day. Some days you wake up, it's like it's a Free Wave 3 kind of day. Now I got a different kind of personality to put on with
Yeah.
Flawless Like Me. There
This
you
is
go.
like the least depressing
Like,
one.
yeah, this is like
So
I said, it's his victory lap. Like he made it. Cause think about it, he's got a future
he's
feature on
really
here, bro. Like
he's
not
at his
anyone, not
biggest
anyone
point
could
right
just
now.
get a future feature.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, top
and he's
three.
got a lot of songs on here. Hold on, I still want to say something.
Move it along, man.
He's got a he's got a lot of songs on here where you can do your little lucky dance too. Do you know about the
Yes,
lucky dance?
yeah, that's true.
The snowman dance?
How about you do it?
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
Okay, I mean, I think it's something like, you kind of get up, and at his concerts, he kind of walks around. He's like, he's just he like kind of walks around. Maybe he does a little bit of rubbing his stomach or something. Like,
yeah,
are you gonna put this in?
yeah.
Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a lot of songs on here where you can do that. And it's just like, I'm very excited to go to.
I'll have
Honestly,
to try
I'm
that.
very excited to go to a Lucky concert.
Oh
Like, I'm
yeah,
like super
yeah, yeah.
excited to go to. Like with this new like fresh batch of sounds and tunes and sorry, my bad, tunes.
Tune.
um it's just something to look forward to, something to look forward to. Also, I just gotta say, y'all gotta tap into Lucky's merch, bro. His merch is actually crazy. Like, not sponsored, by the way, but
Okay.
like if you go to look at like the merch he's got, super good. Give me your top three. Give me
Everyone
your
thought
top
we were
three.
sponsored. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Life Mocks Art is number one.
Oh, yeah. Wow, bro. That's a good pick.
Why
No,
is
that's
that
a
a
good pick.
reaction? Okay. Geeked and Blessed
Geeked and Blessed,
and
yeah.
White House with Babyface Ray. I didn't talk about that song, but I
Oh,
think their chemistry was really good. Like they were
yeah.
bouncing off each other. Yeah.
For me, it's got to be Archive Celine, number one.
Mhm.
Number two, I gotta go with Drowsky.
Drowsky.
Drowsky is super crazy.
Yeah.
And number three, it's either a tie between Coincidence and Free Sex.
Nice. Free Sex is up
Bro, think
there.
about bro, think about that for a second. Imagine if sex was free though.
Yeah.
Like you didn't
No.
have to pay anyone.
Yeah. No. But he's talking about freeing Young Thug though. So
I know, but just for a second, like what if sex was free? Like, cause
no,
wait,
because
do you always have to pay someone when you have sex?
no, it is free. It's free.
No, not for me. It is. I have to pay every
You
time.
Huh. Well, I would talk to somebody else about that. I don't really want to get into that. But yeah. Shit.
Next album, ladies and
It's
gentlemen. Look, Vaughn.
time.
Vaughn was like, Vaughn came to me and he was like, Anthony, pretty please, can we talk about this album? I
I
was like, dude,
didn't
like,
do
bro,
that.
like,
I
please,
didn't do that.
bro, like, if it's really gonna make you that happy, we can
I
talk
didn't
about
do
it, okay?
that. I didn't do that.
He did it.
Why would I
He
have
did it.
done that? I hadn't even heard the album yet.
You just,
Okay.
Look,
Well,
this is
okay,
also a
no.
really big drop.
In all seriousness, I was pretty excited for this because it came out the gate on Rate Your Music. Yes, I'm gonna bring up Rate Your Music. Anthony always steals my thunder, bringing up Rate Your Music every episode. But I'm the king, okay? I'm the king. Rate Your Music was showing a lot of love to this album, man. And I love Death Dynamic Shroud, one of the most acclaimed vaporwave acts and one of my favorites. Probably my favorite, because I'll Try Living Like This is one of my favorite albums ever. Not to say that they're super consistent though, because they have some misses, they have some slight misses. So I wasn't necessarily like I'm not necessarily sold just by them putting out an album. I'm not necessarily like super hyped, but this had like a 4.02 like on release, and I was like, damn, that's a high rating, bro. So I was definitely curious,
Yeah.
and I gotta say I wasn't necessarily like holy shit, this is the best album ever. But I totally get the hype because what we have here is such a unique album. It's like it's like the next evolution of vaporwave, and that's the premise that I'm going with. Is this is like the next level, man. This is like I don't know if this album will be influential, but I feel like it might be. It might be. We might be getting like a new genre on our hands with this album because I haven't really heard anything like this, honestly. Like there's some songs on previous Death Dynamic Shroud albums that kind of are like this, but we haven't had a whole album of this where it's not even really vaporwave at all. It's like they take the samples, they take the pop samples, but they're not slowing them down. They're not making them vapor. They're not on reverb and like chopping them up. They're like making new pop songs. They're like changing the composition and adding crazy sound effects and drum sounds and like synths, and it's like a whole different vibe. And it's really fascinating to me. I think it's really well executed. I think I don't know. I'm just fascinated by the sound of this album. I feel like I haven't really heard anything like this, and maybe I'm missing out on some stuff that came out before this. But like I feel like this is very unique for vaporwave and for the evolution of internet music. So I don't know. What do you think, bro?
Well, you know, I've always been a fan of old Def Dynamic Shroud and like all the vaporwave stuff that they did, especially because they are super influential to a lot of
Mm-hmm.
vaporwave artists nowadays. And their music is always one of those that can like always, to me, I guess, stand the test of time when they're at their highest. I mean, something like "I'll Try Living Like This," I feel like should be an album that should always be talked about in kind of like a list of essential music, right?
Yeah.
Because of how just kind of different and experimental it is. And I will say, Vaughn, you are right. They are maintaining that with this album. Um, but the thing is, for me, it's just I'm not too big on a lot of these sounds. These like it's there's just I think some of the vocals on here uh they don't I don't like a lot of the production choices on here. Things like songs like Judgment Bolt, like I'm not too big on this track. Like I guess at the end of the day, like for the right people, like this is for people who are going to like something like this. Like when I listen to this, you know what kind of vibes I got? And bear with me. Let me give my analogy. All right, let me give my analogy. You know what vibes I got when I listen to this? I got nurture vibes
I
by
fucking
Porter
knew you were gonna
Robinson.
say that, dude.
Got nurture vibes by Porter Robinson. But here's the thing. Not at all by the music. It's just more so the fact that when I was listening to this, I was like, yeah, people who like this sound are definitely really gonna like love this. Love what's here, right? But I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those people.
I guess I
When
just
you look at
don't
these
like
like
what sound are you talking about? Because like I haven't heard this sound before.
I'm just talking about like this like glitch pop, like art pop kind of sound cuz like it's not
This
I'm not
kid is
saying that I
reading the
haven't
tags, bro. This kid's reading the tags because this is not. I just want to say
bruh,
the reason I
it's
say this
glitchy.
is a
They,
this is a
they,
new
they get a little
genre.
glitchy.
They get a little glitchy on like a couple tracks. This is not glitch pop. This is not art pop, dude. Like Rate Your Music does not have the terms to define this album yet, and that's what part of the reason I say that this is like such a new refreshing thing because like I don't know where to box this in. It's partly vaporwave, it's partly synth pop, it's partly glitch pop, but like it's like damn, like it's partly like progressive electronic, and it's like it's just crazy, man. It's just very unique, and I will say like I'm like I said at the beginning, I'm not like blown away by this whole album. I'm not saying it's like the best album ever. I'm not saying it's the best Data Dynamic Shroud because definitely not touching I'll Try Living Like This. But like I think I just really respect what they're doing with just like composing these songs and like making a cinematic experience and it's just like there's so many cool fucking sounds here, and there's so many vocals that I wasn't expecting. I kind of get like some like Missing Person, and there's a few other songs where like the voice is kind of like just unexpected. Like it sounds kind of like a mainstream pop song. I'm not sure where the sample's from, but like it's just out of left field, and maybe it
Yeah,
hits
it's just
you. It
some of the
doesn't hit you
sample
as well,
choices
but
for
like
like the. I just think some of the sample choices for like the vocal sections of each song, they just don't hit for me. But you are right. Like what they are doing here is like cool, but this isn't anything that I'm gonna want to return to at the end of the day.
mm,
Like it's just okay. Like I'm not annoyed at this album. I'm not enthralled by it. Like it's just fine. It's cool. If and I think that there is opportunity for like a new sound to open up here. It's cool. It's very maximalist. It reminds me of like kind of like almost like some like bubblegum pop almost like it's a lot of styles in one. Like they're not boxed in. They're Def's Dynamic Shroud is not a group that can just be like boxed in. They've proved that time and time again that when they want to just do something, they're gonna do it. They don't really care what it may be, right? But it's just like, and that's the end. That's the thing with it. That's why I'm not too like crazy about it. It's just like I know that this album is like one sound that they have, and the next album maybe they could keep the sound, maybe they'll move on to something else. That's what they do. That is them, right? Like that's just me with Def Dynamic Shroud. Like I don't know what to expect for them, and I don't care. They have such a large discography that there's something else I can go listen to if this one just doesn't pick my fancy. And it doesn't. It really doesn't. A lot of these sample choices, I'm just like, bruh, like, let's move on. There's some great stuff on here though. A highlight I want to point out is Messy D E102. I love that track. Super cool. And that's just mainly because it doesn't have a lot of vocals going on. It's more just kind of like a dance track. Um, that's all. It's just like a lot of the choices for the singing sections, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. I'm not too big on it. It doesn't sound like great. Like after Third Heaven, I'm not too big on. It's just like I'm not too big on it, man. I'm really just not. It's nothing that grabs me. I'm not grabbed by it. And so when I'm not grabbed by something, and I'm not like wanting to, I guess not so much wanting to invest, but like if I'm not invested in it, and there's just these vocals that don't sound, they're like off key or they just sound really weird. Just not
well,
too
there's
big
nothing
about
off
it.
key, so maybe that's your
Well, I just mean like
maybe
they.
that's your hearing,
Okay,
but yeah,
maybe it's my hearing. Maybe it's my hearing.
yeah. I think you're losing your hearing.
Sorry,
I think that might be the problem here. So
sorry.
basically, Anthony, what I've learned just now, what I've gleaned from this
Gleaned.
paragraph of knowledge that you just dropped on us,
Yeah.
I think Anthony's losing his hearing a little bit. So I can forgive him for not loving this album, but I think it's a great album. So, I think it's a great album. I think it's a great album. I think it's really cool.
I just that's fine. Like where do you think you'd put this among the albums of like 2022? Because right now it's number 4 on the Rate Your Music
I'm
charts.
putting it. It's probably not making the top 10, but it's like
Good.
comfortably top 15, like comfortably.
Um, I was about to say, is it above JID? But you like that album a lot,
No,
so
it's not. It's not.
yeah, it's still crazy. It's a 3.95. Like that is absolutely crazy. I mean, Def's Dynamic Shroud is just so beloved. Like really. Um, but I mean, they drop albums so much though. Actually, like it's kind of crazy how many
Well,
albums they dropped.
what
Faith
was
and
also
Persona.
exciting about this album is that it's the first album in like a while where all three of the members are working on it together. Because from what I understand,
Yeah,
the ton of albums that they've dropped throughout the last like year and a half are part of like a special Bandcamp thing, and I think
yeah.
I think each of them is only done by one of the three members. And I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So this is like their return to form, like as a group. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think the album art is really cool. Like everything about, I guess, the Def's Dynamic Shroud aesthetic is always really cool because it's ever changing and stuff like
yeah.
that. But like I said, I'm not too crazy about this one. This one, I'm not too crazy about it, bruv. Not too crazy about it.
All right, bro.
But you
All right, bro.
see, if you enjoy this album, I'm not gonna hate on you. If you enjoy it,
Let's move
you know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Let's move on, man. I think
Let's
that's
move on.
enough.
Are you mad
That's
at me?
enough.
Are you mad at me?
Not
Are you
mad,
gonna
just
verbally
disappointed.
berate me?
Just disappointed.
Just disappointed, really?
Yeah,
What if I told you I could make it up to you?
I wouldn't believe you.
Give me your top three.
Okay. Um, top three is gonna be. Yeah, you were right about track 6. I don't even want to attempt to name it, but that's a great song. Stay, the first track, is beautiful, and I'm gonna go with After Third Heaven. Sorry, 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 bro.
For me, just give me Messy D E 102.
Hmm.
I guess give me Light Left the Garden. Um, and give me Before I Cool Off. Before I Cool Off. Actually, switch them. Switch them. Give me. I do like Before I Cool Off pretty good actually. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's time to move on to the classic album. You guys really thought you were gonna get me
It's
with
the
this one,
Twitter
huh?
picked album. It's the Twitter picked
Twitter
album,
picked album.
picked by Alexander, goat, Twitter legend. Shout out to
Wait,
you,
which Alexander? Pure
Alexander,
filler?
like owl.
Oh, Alexander. Okay,
Yeah,
nice. What's up,
you know
Alexander?
him.
Alexander. Yeah.
Shouts out.
Look, you thought you were gonna get me on this one. You thought you were gonna get me on this one. Gonna be like, ha ha ha, let's put Anthony through some music. Let's get him. But I'm reformed. I'm changed. I'm a new man
Wow,
now.
wow.
So when I heard that this album won, I was like, Vaughn, I'm ready.
You
Let's
did
do
not. He did
this.
not say that to me. Actually, he was
Shh,
he was
shh,
very upset.
dude. Okay, dude. Can you let me tell this story, please?
Go ahead. It's
Okay.
just
So I
viewer
told.
discretion. The story that he's telling right now is entirely fiction.
It's not. Okay. Anyways, I was like, okay, like, I'm ready. I think I'm ready to put on my big boy socks, my big boy shoes, my big boy pants, my big boy shirt, my big boy hat.
Okay, a lot of big
I was
items of clothing.
ready to join Outcast. Um, I'm sorry.
That one, yeah, that
So
was, yeah.
so I listened to the album, and originally I hated this album. Then I listened again. I thought it was okay, and I listen
Oh
now.
boy,
It's a really good album.
yeah,
It's a damn good album.
it's a damn good album.
It's damn good. They know what they're doing over there, the microphones. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But there's an issue. There's a how do I say this? There's an elephant in the room with with this album. There's an elephant in the room.
That
That being, come on, you like
I
one of
thought
us had to use it.
no,
One of us had
we
to use it.
didn't though. We didn't though. We didn't. Like
No, we
I
kind of
thought
did.
better of you, bro. Like I did not. I,
No, one of us had to use it. One of us had to use it. I mean,
it's not even in a
it just has to
room,
go
bro.
without
It's
saying.
in the forest, bro. It's not in a room. Okay.
I know,
It's
but the
not in
but
the
the
room.
elephant is here.
There's
The
no
elephant is
elephant in the
here with
room.
us. You could think about the box as a room. every album cover is a room that you can look into
That's
and
stupid.
explore the world. Yeah. The one elephant in the room I wanted to talk about before I was rudely interrupted by Vaughn is the lyricism. Lyricism at times is
You're
I just
stupid.
don't like it.
You're stupid.
He just said he described some things that I'm just like, why am I here? This is making me feel like I'm sitting in like a gentrified coffee shop. Not too big on it. Not too big on it. What
Like
I'm really what
on
I'm really
what?
enjoying about this project. Look, I get it. You're offended because Phil Overham. He's part of your team. He plays for your
Bro,
team.
he gets in here, bro. Like he gets in my heart.
The white
Like,
man's heart. The white man. He gets in the
yes,
white man's heart.
yes, you're racist, bro.
Not my
That's
heart.
it.
Not my heart.
That's the problem, man. Death Dynamic Shroud, white. Phil Elverum, white. This is some racism right here, bro.
As a Mexican, I allow Lucky into my heart. Lucky can speak to me.
Okay.
I
No,
forgive Lucky for what he
which
did.
songs do you not like the lyrics on?
What?
Because I don't
I think
care
it's the
about
globe.
I don't care about the lyrics except for the Glow Part 2. That song has some of the best lyrics I've ever heard in my life.
Is that the one where he's like, "I take my shirt
Yes,
off"?
dude. You need to get in
Yikes!
touch with your fucking heart, bro. You need to open your heart to some folk music, dude. Cause that,
Yikes, dude.
dude, no, that's easily the best song on this album. When the drums drop out and he starts singing, it's like, dude, that's like next level music. I'm just saying, dude. That's like some of the most beautiful things. Like I faced death. I went in with my arms swinging, bro. Like just the way he says it is just so beautiful. I don't know. You're you're just
It's just like
stupid,
the way he
bro.
deliver.
You're
Just like the way
stupid.
he delivers it. I'm not too big on the way he delivers the
Cause you
lines. I'm
have no
just
heart. You're cold hearted.
bro, you are weird, bro. Like back up.
No,
Like take a
he's
couple
not
steps
weird.
back.
He's not weird. This
You're so
feelings we
close
all
to me, bro.
have. You're so insecure about yourself that you can't enjoy the song.
Or maybe just the lyric. Just I don't like how
No,
it
it's a
sounds.
good
Like I don't
lyric,
like how it's
bro.
delivered.
It's a good delivery.
I'm like he's like I'm taking my shirt off. I'm like bro, put it back on.
That's not what he
I
said.
don't want to see that.
That's not how he says it, bro. And
Is
he's
it like
not
is he like
he
I'm
doesn't
in the
take it off in
backyard
front
with
of
my
you,
shirt
bro.
off?
No, bro.
Yeah, he's like I don't like it, bro.
Okay, I don't even care about that line. So you
I'm
can
not trying to imagine
I don't care
a,
about
a
that line.
pale
It's
a
everything after
pale
that line.
pasty white man in my backyard with his shirt off. I'm not
He's
trying to
not in
imagine
your
that.
backyard. He's in his backyard.
I understand,
Why are you even
but I can,
imagining it? You don't have to imagine that. Like it's not essential to the song or the album.
nope, nope. Honestly, it's a minor flaw, if anything.
It's not a flaw.
It's just a minor thing. It's just there's some lines that are delivered that I'm just like, bro, can we not say this? Can we say something wee bit better? Wee bit better?
Okay.
Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it. I will say, the instrumentation, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love majority of these songs. To be fair, there's like some songs that I'm just like, okay, it's fine. We can move on. Um, when the album gets loud, it's pretty cool. I guess. I mean, like
What do you mean?
I
What
like specifically. I don't know.
do you
Majority of the
like it
tracks
or
that I
not?
like. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good album.
Do you like the loud parts? Like you just said, it's pretty cool when it gets loud. I guess. Like what are you talking about? Like you're all over the place, man. I don't know what you're
Dude,
talking about.
it's just because like I think they're very cool, and sometimes they're earned, sometimes they're not.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Would you
but
say the
the
first
tracks
track
that
is earned? The first track?
yeah, the first track's earned,
Yeah, I agree.
and I guess like the glow part two is earned, right? Like
Yeah.
just coming off of I Want Wind to Blow into the Glow Part 2.
Okay, well,
That's fine.
I do want to say this, and I know you don't really agree because you don't like the Glow Part 2, but the first three songs, like everyone has said it. I think everyone agrees that's listening to this album. That's like an insane 3 track run. That's just fucking insane. Like those three songs to
Yeah.
me are like pretty much perfect. Um, and then Headless
Um
Horseman pretty much continues that, and then you get into really where like the heavy experimentation starts, and it almost becomes like similar like soundtracks for the blind or something like that, where you get sorry, you get like really atmospheric like short tracks, and then you get like every once in a while you get like a fully fledged song, but it's still really weird, like a map or like what's it called, Samurai Sword. But like for the most part you get these like weird little glimpses into like different environments and atmospheres, like soundtracks for the blind really popped in my head with something one track 9, because that is like super, like that sounds straight off of that album, like it's like a straight horror movie song. And then I'll Not Contain You, the next track, is like one of the most pretty songs in the album. So it's just, it's a little all over the place, but I think that's like what's so unique about the album, and that's kind of like why I love it so much.
yeah, I guess another thing I wanted to mention is just that in tune with the lyrics, and I was actually going to touch on this earlier, but I just kind of forgot. It's also just that Phil Elverum is like a vocalist. I'm still just not too big on, and I think that's just because of how much I dis not I don't know. He very much fits into that like sound of like lo-fi slacker rock vocalists, and I'm not big on a lot of that. I when
I
I
was
think of
expecting that, yeah.
vocalists that are kind of like they irk me, I think of like Phil Elverum. I think of whatever the loser's name over at Car Seat Headrests, whatever, I forget his name. I can't even remember
Will
right now.
Toledo.
Yeah, yeah, God, Jesus, bro, like the flashbacks. Alex G, um, is another
I've never
vocalist
listened.
that I'm reminded of.
But
Um,
no,
I just
I
that's the thing.
understand
I
that
think
on the title track, honestly, because it is very, it's very raw. It's very like I'm not hitting these notes perfectly. But honestly, on like
yeah,
every other song, his voice is just beautiful to me. Cause I mean, it's beautiful on the Glow Part too, but like conventionally beautiful on most of the album, because he's hitting the notes, man. Like it's not like
yeah.
it's not like Will Toledo where he's like really harshly hitting these notes and it's like really weird. It's like really annoying. Like he's a pretty singer. Like he has a pretty voice. So I don't know. It's just the one track where his voice is like the most audible is the one where he's like going outside the box. And I understand if that's not appealing to most people, but I think it hits because I think the lyrics are so heartfelt, and I think it supports that feeling. But I don't know. I feel like his singing is really good, like on the rest of the album.
I don't know. I just don't like. It sounds funny, but I just don't even like how like I get it. I get why he's singing the way he does because it's like how vulnerable he is and how raw it is, that emotion. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really like that. I don't like how vulnerable it sounds because it's just like
Because you're insecure. Yeah,
it's not.
it's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, yeah, yeah, because
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. No, I get
because
it.
I'm
I get it.
insecure, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
there's in a slew of other artists I listen to that are just as vulnerable that don't sound like this.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Dumbass. I'm not subscribing to your white pill, bro. I'm not subscribing to your white pill, dude.
If you can't fuck with the white boy, bro, I'm just saying, like it's white boy summer.
No, it isn't.
It is.
It's
It's
fall
white.
now.
No, you know what? This is white boy winter. This is the white boy winter
Nope.
anthem.
It's not
Yep,
winter. It's
yep.
fall.
The Glow Part
It's
Two.
autumn.
It's
It's
not.
autumn.
It's not winter yet. But I'm just saying, once winter rolls around, you best believe it's white boy winter, and we're bumping the Glow Part Two every day. So
Bro. They always try to make it about themselves, don't they? They always try to make
It's
it
not
about
about
themselves.
myself, dude. It's about the vibes. It's just about the
You
vibes.
know what I will? You know what I will say? You know what I will say? I've always loved this album cover. I always thought it was a fantastic album cover.
Yeah.
Love the elephant. Love
I
the
think that
drawing of
fits
it.
the vibe of the music perfectly. You know what? You threw me off, bro. I honestly I want to start over with this album because I have some
Well,
things
you
to
didn't even
say.
give your thoughts fully. You didn't even give your thoughts fully.
Yeah, because you threw me off because you're just being so like fake masculine and like like you just can't feel your emotions. It's like really it's making me sad for you, honestly. So
Bro,
it threw me off. But
I'm like,
basically
bruh.
basically I think this album is beautiful. I think it's amazing. I think it is very, I don't want to, like I said, the last album was cinematic. I don't want to, I overuse that word, man. Because there's a lot of albums I love that feel like a full experience. You put it on track 1 to track 20 in this case, and you got to listen to it like in full, like that. There are a lot of albums like that. I feel like this is one of the albums that's like most like that because I really can't just throw this on. Like the other two albums for this episode, I was just throwing on. But like I really couldn't just listen to this. Like I would try and it was just like not the vibe like most of the time. And when I
Yeah,
really
every time I
I
wanted to
finally
turn it
got to
on.
just like lay down and listen to it like in full and it really hit. Like and
Yeah.
that's really the setting that I think you should listen to it. Or if you're able to go out into the woods in wintertime and have a nice fireplace and like a little blanket because that is really where this album takes me. I feel like I Want Wind to Blow and Glow Part 2 are so the instruments are so warm and the mixing and like everything is just like you can hear like the clattering and everything of playing the instruments and it just sounds warm like a nice folk album should. And then the moon comes on and it's just this fucking massive wall of sound and that's where you really get into like really Phil Elverum's experimentation because the moon is such a unique song and it's other than the title track it's probably my favorite song because it's just this like warm blanket of sound and especially with the horns come in it's just like beautiful, man. And he kind of goes back and forth between like the noise and just the soft guitar. And one of the most interesting things about this album is how he uses white noise as an instrument. Like he just like sometimes the song ends and you just get like 10 or 15 seconds of just white noise. And then like you add another layer of white noise and you can literally hear it like doubling, like the sound doubling. And it's like really weird. Like there's varying levels of white noise on the album and usually like a typical album, typical song, you don't want any white noise. And it just like it just adds to the atmosphere so well. And I think the best part of this album is just the sound is so like comforting and like it's a little scary sometimes, but like I just think the instruments just sound amazing like on this whole album. Like whether it's trying to be spooky or whether it's trying to be beautiful or whether it's trying to be like you're lost in the woods, whatever it's going for, it always sounds really nice. Like it's really pleasing to the ears. So that's what I take away the most from this album. It's just a very warm. It's simultaneously cold and simultaneously warm, much like the album cover. Yeah, I said everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will agree with you that whenever I turn on this album, my fingertips start to feel really like hot, and there's someone who whispers behind me, "You're selling your soul," and then I turn it on, and then like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I go to hell.
Yeah.
So no, but
Yeah.
it's just weird, man. I don't get it how I love an album like something like In the Aeroplane Over the Sea, for
I was gonna
example.
mention that because
That that would hit
because
all
it's
the
like
marks of like why I wouldn't
the
like it.
singing is
But
way more fucked up on that album than the Glow Part 2.
yeah,
Like it's like
but so
way
is the
more fucked up.
instrumentation. It's to me, it just reminds me almost of like Bob Dylan with how like janky everything sounds in a sense. Like Everything sounds so raggedy and frontiersy, you know, like
Yeah.
when I listen to Neutral Milk Hotel or Bob Dylan, I feel like I'm on the Oregon Trail,
Well,
you know,
they're
exploring America.
it's a lot different though with like because
No, these are
Bob Dylan it's
those are two
very
completely different albums.
yeah it feels very organic with Bob Dylan where like the
Yeah,
band is just playing these songs and because most of the songs are pretty long like of course
yeah,
it's gonna be a little rickety and that's kind of the appeal.
yeah,
The thing about this album is also something I was thinking about is that I'm pretty sure Phil Elverum like plays all these instruments himself like for the most part maybe other than like the horns or like when he brings like another singer in, but he plays them all himself, like on different tracks and lines them up, and you can kind of hear that, like in the first few songs, especially, like because it doesn't really sound like a band playing together. Like it actually sounds like he's making these separately and putting them together because it's like they're just like a little bit off. Like I don't know, it might be my head playing with me just because I know that about the microphones, but like it just sounds more rickety and like off than a lot of albums do.
yeah. No, and that's fair. It's just that for me, it's just like I don't know. When I listen to something like "In the Aeroplane Over the Sea," when that album like decides to take off, like on the second track, then I'm just like, yes, let's fucking go. Like I'm in it. But then when this album takes off, I'm like, bruh. I'm just like, damn.
Well, it's different, man. It's a different vibe
Nah, yeah,
because I
they're different
mean,
vibes,
in the airplane
completely
takes
different
off. Like
substances.
it takes off.
Yeah,
You're right. But I wouldn't use that phrase for this album because I feel like I want Wind to Blow. Like when that gets distorted, it's not like hype. It's like
yeah, it's like a breakdown. It's like a
it's
breakdown
yeah. And
almost.
then
It's like,
when Samurai Sword comes in, like way deep in the album, and it's just fucking loud drumming. Like
yeah,
it's not like the album taking off. It's like the album like
yeah. I don't know.
it's
I
like
tend to. I guess
squeezing in on itself or something.
Yeah, I guess what it is when I go to something like indie folk almost, I want like really chill stuff. Like another example of like really good indie folk kind of thing is like Elliott Smith, for example.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, which to be
It's
fair,
a
I've only
lot
listened to either
cleaner.
or. Yeah, yeah, it's a yeah. Where and like my favorite songs on this album are the chill ones, the ones where like nothing too crazy happens, right? Like for the majority of the song, it's chill, right? It's not immediately in your face or anything like that. Like probably my favorite song on here is Headless Horseman.
Mm,
Um,
interesting, man.
so
Interesting.
yeah, no, I really
No,
love Headless
because
Horseman.
I feel like I'm
And
the
then
opposite. Like I like the more the crazier tracks like Map or like Samurai Sword, where it's just like a wall of sound
yep,
and like crazy loud shit or like weird ambiance, weird sounds in the mix. Like I feel like the more chill songs, like you could take them out of this album. I mean, I think both vibes are equally essential to this experience. But like you could take either one out
yeah,
separately and kind of enjoy them just like you could take all the chill songs out and listen to them separately, but I feel like both are better together.
yeah. I don't know. I like if I'm gonna listen to something that's so cold and so like I guess vulnerable and raw. There's instances where most of the time I don't really want it to like get really loud or get really distorted because I want to remain in one emotion and I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't express anger very well. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one to really get angry at someone or I don't do a lot of things where it's like let out a bit of steam or something like that. Like never known how to do that. I don't know what people do to do that. So it's like I guess this just maybe makes me think of that, I guess. But a lot of the music I listen to when I'm just like, bruh, I'm like sad and I've given up is like I listen to a lot of Earl Sweatshirt. Um, surprisingly, I listen to like a lot of like Sade for some reason, uh, which is weird, right? Like
No, it makes
listen to
sense.
Sade when
That
you're
makes
sad.
sense.
Um,
Some songs
Yeah,
do.
I don't know. I don't like when things kind of pop off or
Well, I feel
go
like
too crazy in one
it's not
direction.
trying to express anger. It's more like it's less anger outwards and more anger inwards, almost like you're upset with yourself or like upset with the current state of your life. And
Yeah,
I feel like like I don't feel angry when I Want Wind to Blow reaches its climax, or like when I hear Samurai Sword, like I feel more like it's more like self-destructive. It's more like depressing than anything. Not to say that I'm like putting this on
yeah,
this album and crying, but like that's definitely the main emotion that I get is like more like
yeah,
frustration with yourself.
yeah. No, but that's the thing. Like anger whatsoever. Like I've never known how to express
Yeah,
it. Like I,
I'm kind of the
I,
same way, but I still get the I still like connect with it with his emotions on this album. I
yeah.
feel like
I don't. I just personally, I just don't like to feel angry. It doesn't help me in any way. It ends up just me creating really bad decisions and doing bad things when I get angry. So I've always just kind of like pushed it down. Oops. Um, like I can convey most other emotions other than anger. Um, so yeah, but I don't know. Like whenever something is sad, I want it to just be like bro, like a flatlining fucking like person. Just be like, bro, like I'm just here.
yeah,
You know, like I don't know. Like another artist I think of a lot is Wise Blood. When I get sad,
yeah,
she's someone I
yeah.
could turn on.
Yeah, this album just
Yeah.
expresses sadness in a really different way than most albums do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, and I guess
Elliott
maybe that's
Smith
just
is pretty consistent as far as like
yeah.
it's just sad guitar and it's just his voice
Mhm.
singing. And you know, Wise Blood, it's a little grander, you know, you have some more instruments in there, but it's still not like there's not anything like I Want Wind to Blow or The
Yeah.
Moon or anything like that. So I understand that. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
little
I
all
actually
over
had
the
no
place to connect with, I think, for some people.
yeah. Yeah, it is a bit harder for me to connect cuz I have a different way of like coping with my sadness and my frustration, and maybe this album isn't a good outlet for that. And so therefore that's why I don't gravitate towards it too much. And also like I said, just the vocalist in general, like I don't know if I'll ever come around to like these kinds of vocalists in this kind of realm. You know what I'm like? You know what I'm
That's
saying? Phil
fair.
Elverum, while
I
unique,
you know,
isn't.
I might not even like him that much if I hadn't connected with this album like 3 years ago. Because like I do hear vocalists like you're describing like now, and I'm like ew. But like
Yeah,
some of them, I think some of them just break like just cross the line. Like there's definitely a line. Will Toledo is on the bad side, but like Phil Elverum is like way on the good side for me. So I don't know. There's a certain threshold, and our
yeah,
thresholds are different.
no, no, yeah, absolutely. And like I don't know, man. It's just like I'll come around to this album probably another again. I'll check it out in another 2 years, right? Like
Yeah.
see how it is,
I
see
mean,
if see if
it's not like
anything's
my favorite
changed.
album. I just really love like the way he's expressing his emotion and how creative it is and how unique it is. And I just love the
Yeah.
sound of this album. It's not like my go-to sad album or anything like that. It's just I just think it's really good.
What would you say is your go-to sad album?
Honestly, I don't really have one. I don't think. I don't know. When I
Really?
you know I what's different about me than a lot of other people is that if I'm sad, I'm trying to listen to happy music, bro. Like I'm trying to cheer up. Like I'm not trying to bask in it. And I'm
No, of course
not
not
to
putting your
say other people are, but like but I don't know. Like I just never got too much solace in like trying to like relate in my feelings of sadness with music. Like I don't know.
yeah.
It just never been
To me
like a thing for me.
I listen to sad music when I'm sad just so I can like get those emotions out of my body,
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
them out for a bit, reset, and come back, right? Come back into
That
whatever
makes
situation,
sense.
what
That makes
scenario may
sense.
be.
Well,
I'm not
sometimes
listening to
I
sad
put on
music
a
so I
sad
can stay
album.
sad, right?
Right. but sometimes a sad album is good when like maybe I'm not even sad that day, but it's just like a nice reminder that like
Hmm.
life is not all it's just like it's kind of like a comforting thing to know that I still have those feelings like and like feel that because like
Yeah.
I don't know,
So
it's
what
kind of
would you
hard to
say is
explain.
like
It's hard to
your
explain.
what would you say is your favorite album that is like sad? Like it is a sad album.
Oh man, that's tough, man. I don't know, bro.
Tough?
That's
It's
tough, bro.
tough?
You know, I mean, some of the albums that people consider sad, like Kid A,
Hmm.
is one of my favorite albums. But like, I'm not like I don't listen to the album start crying, bro. Like, it's just like really,
Bro.
I just like the
Have you
sounds,
cried
man.
at Radiohead, bro? Come on now.
Okay, no. They have some pretty sad songs, and Kid A's has a few
I,
sad songs. But like,
I do
I
not care.
okay, bro.
Nah, you're right. You're right. Daydreaming for me is kind of a
Daydreaming is
sad
just
song.
beautiful, bro. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
song.
I
I don't
agree.
know
I agree.
what's my favorite sad album, bro.
I don't know, bro.
That's tough, dude. That's tough. I'm not a
Would you say
sad
low
guy.
key?
I'm
I
not a
feel like an
sad
album to
guy.
turn that I would want to turn on when I'm sad is like Heaven or Las Vegas.
Um,
Not a
no,
sad album by
I
any
don't think
means.
so. I don't think it's Heaven to Las Vegas is very powerful, but it's not it's
No,
not
I
like
didn't say it was a
sad to
sad
me.
album.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Yeah,
really. I don't think that would be too comforting to me. Maybe
just
it would
something I
be.
think
I
could
don't
fit
know.
the vibe.
It could. It could.
Something I think could fit the vibe. But
Yeah,
yeah.
it could. It could
But
be.
okay, Vaughn, I want your part two. Not your part two. I want your top three.
Oh yeah. Top three. I'm still thinking about this question, man. Like, what's the saddest
It's not an easy
album?
question. Here, I'll give you my top three for now. How about that? So,
Yeah,
my favorite song on this album
Glue is kind of
is the
sad.
he- is he-
I'm not gonna lie. Glue
wait,
is
what?
pretty sad. Glue, but
I'm just gonna
like,
act like you didn't say that,
there's like you could vibe out to eBay and like, what's the song? Fucking Safe
bro, bro,
House.
bro,
But like
bro,
Shadow Face,
bro.
man, that's like a sad song.
You
That's
have
a
got to
really
stop.
sad song.
You have got to stop. My favorite song on this album is Headless Horseman.
Okay.
Second favorite song is The Moon. And my third favorite song is a tie between The Mansion
Mm.
and I want to say I'll Not Contain You. Also, I just want to point out I Felt My Size is a very funny title for a song.
Yeah.
That he felt his size for the first time.
It's
Phil Elverum
it's not that
has a
funny
small
when you actually
penis.
listen to the
He has a
song,
small penis. He has a
but
small
like,
penis.
okay, best song is the title track, man.
Hakashu.
Without a doubt. Like it's not even remotely close, man. That's like the best song.
Snooze.
The Moon is second, and then
Yep.
after that's pretty hard, but I think I like Samurai Sword. So
Fawn, it's about to be an insane week, bro. This coming up Friday, man. Dude,
yeah,
it's about to be absurd. Travis Scott, Drake, Bjork, Kanye,
yeah,
Yeahs,
for sure.
Kid Cudi.
Okay, so
The whole
most of the
industry is
people you
dropping.
said are not dropping, but yeah, it's gonna be a good day. We got
We're gonna cover
my boy,
3 new albums.
my boy Boldy James is dropping, and we might not even get to cover that. That's
We're
the
not.
crazy thing.
We're not
That's
covering
crazy.
that.
Okay, well, fuck you.
We're not allowing
Fuck
any
off.
Boldy James discussion on this podcast.
Well, it's a little too late for that, but
No. Next week, guys,
yeah.
we're doing three new albums. 3 new
Are
albums
we?
again.
Are we?
Yeah. Think about it. There's the Bjork.
Well,
There's the Blade.
we're gonna need to discuss this. We're gonna need to discuss this.
I
Off
thought,
screen. Off screen. Off screen.
guys, we'll talk about this later. We'll make an. We'll
Okay,
talk to our contractors to
Bjork and Blade, at least.
Bjork and Blade. Do the fans want Freddie Gibbs?
I think we might leave that to the next week, but we'll see.
I want Travis Scott, man. I need Travis, bro. I need him to come save the year, bro.
The year doesn't need saving.
I know, but he need exactly. So his assignment is much easier.
This has been like a disheveled ass episode. So let's just wrap it up, guys.
I need Travis, bro. I need Travis Scott.
You need to stop. You're like, it's always the same shit with you. Like Travis Scott, Wise Blood. Like I don't want to hear it, bro. Like I don't care.
I need Summers, bro. I need Summers.
Summers, bro.
He's gonna drop. He's gonna drop soon.
I don't care.
He confirmed it.
We're not doing Summers, dude.
Okay. Look, if he was to drop, can we cover him? Can we cover Summers?
No.
There was no one else. If there was no one else.
Sure.
Yes. Dean Blunt is dropping this Friday.
No, he's not.
Ka is dropping this Friday.
No, Ka actually dropped last Friday.
You're right.
He dropped 2 albums.
Clipping is dropping Friday. Bro, Clipping.
You're just cracking yourself up now, because I'm done, bro. I'm checked out, bro.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you coming out to the Cherry Guys podcast. We plan on doing a lot more freeform content for you guys. We think it's a lot more betterer for the fans. So, I think you guys tend to like it more. Maybe we'll start doing the podcast only when there are really important things dropping. Who knows? Because I can only pull out so many tricks out of my hat to bring on guests. And yeah, we could always bring on our friends. We always got tons of those, right? But
yeah.
We want to do a lot more freeform content. We have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of ideas. Me and Vaughn were talking about some new ideas that we have. We're gonna look a lot more towards that. Vaughn, Westcott.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the Cherry Guys podcast. We want to give a shout out to Todd Edwards.
Shout out Todd, bro. Shout out Todd Edwards, bro.
If you guys don't know, he just dropped a 3-hour set at the Dejune Paris Club. Definitely go check it out. It's got full video of Todd. It's actually probably the highest quality video of Todd. As far as like his sets go. He's getting a lot better at DJing. It's like crazy. Todd Edwards, June. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.